Hey, welcome to Tuesday Tea with me, Alisha Mudrock. Today I'm on my own. We just moved into my new background and my new backyard, and I have been running around the last couple weeks, so I have not had time to line up guests for this week, but I wanted to pop in and share a little bit about a topic just to sort of kick us off for July. And then I do have four guests coming on the rest of this month. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about it. So this month's topic is really about summer reboot and how to sort of kick off and redevelop and reimagine and remember habits and creative parts of ourselves and connection. And just summer can be crazy because it can be a time when our schedules are thrown off, like mine was for last week. We're traveling a lot, maybe a few kids are out of school, work sometimes just slows down in general. And it's easy for us to maybe fall into less than helpful patterns or to feel like it's really hard to come back from getting off of our schedule and not being able to remember the things that we want to prioritize and get back into. So today we're really talking about habits and how to continue to create and sustain some really healthy habits, even in this time when maybe you are traveling a lot or you're off your schedule, or things are just not looking quite the same with, like I said, other family, kids, etc. So the first thing I like to think about is thinking of your like top three non-negotiable habits that need to find a way to fit into any sort of lifestyle changes or routines. Maybe that's some sort of physical movement. Maybe that's something around bedtime or wake time. Maybe it's something around diet, or water intake, or mitigating other, like not drinking too much, not having too many sweets, things like that. So if you can think of your top one to three that you want to make sure you can keep into any lifestyle changes, then that's what we want to focus on. You can't do it all. We're not going to be able to have your perfect routine that you do on your traditional Sunday morning when nothing's going on a Wednesday when you're in Cabo and your whole family's there. So we don't want to set ourselves up for failure, but it is possible to still hold on to those anchors and those tenets for the things that you really want to make sure that you are doing and can get done. So let's just say it's you want to move your body intentionally, you want to get at least 7 hours of sleep, and you want to eat fairly well. And it's very specific, but you want at least a couple balanced meals every third or fourth meal, even when you're traveling. So then we think like, okay, how can I make this happen? Because a lot of times we say, oh, it's not possible. There's no time. That's not an option. It just, I can't. But really we can. We can make anything happen that we really want to happen. We have time for anything we really want to make time for. So it's thinking through, okay, like where am I going to be? How is my schedule changing? What are going to be the factors that are going to work against these things happening? And how do I set myself up for success? So let's say you're on vacation. Does the place have a gym? Can you get up that hour early to do a walk on the beach or a hike in the mountains or just even a lap around the neighborhood that you rented your Airbnb, do a bike ride tour with everyone. That's something active, but you're also like spending time and getting out to sightsee, a walking tour of the place you're visiting. Maybe you rent kayaks or paddle boards. There's always a way to incorporate some physical movement. It doesn't have to be your traditional Orange Theory class. We're not saying you're doing that on your vacation or a week when you're hosting, but you can still do something that maybe is even fun, but it's also movement. And now check, we've moved our bodies intentionally. That felt really good. Or even pulling up an app and doing a 15, 20-minute little routine in your hotel room on the balcony before you head out for the day. When it comes to, let's say, the sleep piece, that's setting some maybe healthy boundaries around I might have to bow out early. I might not be up as early as you. I might not be as out as late as you. Now, sometimes we don't want to miss anything, but if the sleep is really important, then it is important to say, like, I can't do that extra drink. I can't do that extra late show of whatever we're going to see. I can't get up early for that sunrise, whatever, because I need my sleep. And so I think that that's another way that you have to be though intentional and be firm and know what you're trying to prioritize before you do it, or you're going to get on the trip and let the trip take you and you're not going to be the one in charge. Or even if you're hosting a bunch of people at your house, there is a way to set those boundaries of like, after this hour, I'm not going to be available for anything, or I need the noise to go down, or you need to all move here. It's not saying you have to predict what everyone else is doing, or tell them what they like have to do, but it's just setting those boundaries for yourself to prioritize the sleep that you definitely know you need and that you want to get. And then when we looked about eating, it's checking some menus ahead of time. It's making the healthier choice at the buffet. It's maybe not eating past a certain time, or it's not everything can be, like in your own kitchen, whatever else, but you can not order the dessert at every meal, not overindulge. I think I'm guilty too. Sometimes I give myself permission. Well, I'm on vacation or we're moving, like no rules. I'm doing whatever. But, and okay, it's not going to kill me. It is what it is, but it's harder to unlearn when I get back into those bad habits. And it doesn't make me feel the best either. Right. So again, this goes back to being intentional, being aware that this is something you want to stick to, and then figuring out how to do that. So at the bottom line, I give you an example of if you were on a vacation or hosting, let's say, but at the bottom line, it's you need to be sure of the non-negotiables, and then you're going to find a way to fit them in. If you're not sure or clear on your non-negotiables, you're not going to find a way to fit them in. So this is just a way to sort of revamp, reboot, how to set some really healthy habits and sustain those even when our schedules are off. And I think especially if you can, like I said, just choose a couple, not try to do it all. Give yourself some grace, give yourself some freedom. It's okay to also be off your schedule and indulge a little bit here and there. But overall, what are those core values, those core tenets that you want to stick to? And you can do it whether you're 3,000 miles away from home, you're in your home just with a full house, you have a really busy work season, you're traveling a lot for work. I mean, there's so many options and opportunities for our schedules to get interrupted, but it's not an excuse, right? And if we really think about it, stick to it, and plan just even a little bit ahead, or have that in the back of our mind of this is on my checklist, like have I done it today, how can I make this happen, it will happen. So hopefully that was helpful. Like I said, we'll have some longer, more in-depth conversations with some incredible women coming up in the next few weeks, but today just really talking about the summer reboot, how to think about yourself and still level up and show up for yourself even in these wild summer months when things are all willy-nilly. And you'll be able to carry that even easier into fall, the holiday season, which also can get crazy, and 2025. So I will see you guys next week. Happy Tuesday.